OpenSpace, or an unconference, is a participant-driven meeting. The agenda is created by the attendees at the beginning of the meeting. Anyone who wants to initiate a discussion on a substantive topic can ask for time and space. The aim of OpenSpace meeting is so that every issue of importance with someone willing to take ownership gets announced to the community, and those interested can support and collaborate to bring the issue to a conclusion. As work progresses, notes, pictures are posted so the wider community is also kept abreast of developments so they can comment or join in as appropriate.
Welcome to OpenSpace. This is where it all happens. This is where we create the agenda for what we're going to do tomorrow. And it really is a simple process. I'm just here to facilitate. As you can see, there's some pens and some post-it notes. At great expense. At great expense. Actually, I was really surprised how much they were. These are post-it notes. We all know how to use post-it notes. What we're going to do, and it's great that we did that exercise at the tables because I feel that got the juices going. And you've now, I'm not coming along and saying, okay, what's your idea? Right? You've got something on the whiteboard, your tables had a conversation. What I want to start with now, though, is it's time to take ownership of those ideas. Okay? And why ownership? What I mean is, what I'd like someone to do, this is very simple, what I'd like someone to do is take a post-it note and a pen, write on the post-it note, oh, remember I said it's only sticky at the top? Please don't do it that way. It's sticky at the top, and write on here my, not with that pen, there we go, my question, idea, topic, whatever I want to talk about. And it's really helpful if you want in the bottom corner, you put your name. Okay, now we don't need War and Peace, like I said earlier. You've got some, I see some of them have got some expansion and they've got notes and bullet points already. That's fantastic. Just give us a couple of two-line summary. When you've written it, what you're going to do, I love doing this. What you can do is go, hello, my name is David. I would like to talk about my question. And we're going to queue up at the mics and you're going to announce it. So we'll probably take 5 or 10 minutes to do the writing. And then when you've got something written down, we'll form a little orderly queue. Remember English? Form an orderly queue at the microphones and then we'll announce your topic to the team. Now this is a really difficult part. And this is why it's so important that the sticky is at the top. We're going to walk to the wall, and we're going to... Okay. Does anybody have any questions? No, actually, that's a very good point, Tom. If the creative juices are flowing, and you've announced one, and you've stuck it on the wall, you can come on back for more. Right? I don't mind. I'm hoping we're going to fill that wall with post-it notes. Some of you know we've only got so much time tomorrow, so we are going to have one of these, the next thing after this, we're going to vote and choose, and maybe we're going to combine and, right, and do some of that, but we're going to come up, hopefully, with 12 really solid topics. But for now, in this first round, let's get those juices flowing, and there's it's very important with your idea and your ownership that the group feels your passion. This really is the thing I care about. I really want to get an answer to this, and I'd love it if you guys would help me talk about it, solve it, however we're going to work tomorrow, okay? So what we're going to do is take turns, right? No fighting. And I'd like you to announce your topic to the group and then place it on the wall. Holly,
all right.
You're going to go for it?
I'm Holly, a resident millennial. You're welcome.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So my question is, as we look at planning for future workspace and future workforce, both the millennials and the generation after, how do we bridge the gap with the current workforce and their idea of workspace while they're still working?
Bridge the gap. Thank you. All right.
Turn.
Yeah, actually, I'm just going to turn the music down a bit. Go ahead.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
She stole my
Can you
question.
just turn the music down.
I had a very similar question that the millennial brought. I'm not a millennial. I'm not going to say what I am. I refuse to be pigeonholed. Thank you. My question is, what are the new space types of the future, and what will they replace? They shall not be additive.
Wow.
My name's Karen.
Thank you.
My name is Amber. Amber like the color, Miller like the beer, if anybody needs to remember my name, just to build on the topic, right? So, how are you being innovative in your workspace today, and how do you measure its success?
Wow. Okay.
Hi, Mary. Hopefully this is a little bit low. Okay. So in designing for an office, how do we build in choice to meet a variety of needs? So introvert versus extrovert, or the boomers, the millennials. How do we go forward and design for all these different types?
Thank you.
I'm Wendy. I'm speaking on behalf of Nick, who refused to come to the... It is now.
All right. This is from... Oh, sorry.
This was a collective
This is your
question
turn.
that came up. We were talking about data gathering and the importance of making groups within the organization talk to each other so that the information was more meaningful. So the question was summarized as a means to gather and assimilate holistic data that may be siloed by function, but which can be best used to advance the goals of the broader organization if we could only get people to come together. So the question is, how do we bring people together with their data so that we can get better outcomes?
Whoa.
How'd you fit
Nice.
all of that on that little card? Okay, this is team one from the table team, 4 smart gals and a bozo. Yeah, I'm the bozo. So we put monetizing the workplace for managing to a P&L model, to the talks earlier.
All right, I'm Selena. We put, what is the middle ground between open workstations and bathrooms?
So ours kind of hits the millennial one on the head as well, but how do you engage with or effectively manage millennials without sacrificing the needs or priorities of other groups? So definitely want to hit on that. And then another one too that maybe we could touch on is, what do we think will define workplaces in the next 5 years? Is it a physical place? Is it a set of desks? Is it remotely? Is it virtual? But just the term workplace, will it lose significance?
Thank you.
Okay, I have a couple here. I said, what is a best practice around changing culture? Just going to read 2 of them. And then another one is, what really makes a great facility or workplace? So I would think that that's a big, big question.
We had a question of, what are the pros and cons of unassigned workspace or workstations?
Hi, I'm Allison, and I think the 2 questions that I came up with are sort of touching on a couple other topics, one of them being choice, but what we're here today about is experience, right, and space, and so how do we produce places for experience and choice and multiple personas and audiences? And then the other one was kind of this big data, in my mind, equals a bigger question, which really is, what are we measuring, why are we measuring it, and what are we going to do with this information when we have it?
Okay.
So I'm Brian, and I'd like to see more data about the items that are being valued in a co-working space. So in other words, what are people actually paying for? And I was really intrigued by the statement that there's a 20% premium for an assigned desk. And there's got to be a way we can capitalize on that. So,
Hi, I'm Jason. And understanding that we can't please everyone, and that 5 out of 3 people can't do math.
Thanks, Brad.
How do we design a flexible space that is tolerant of different tasks, personalities, activities, and the roles to include the next generation workforce?
Hi, Phil Kelloff from CBRE. This is one of the topics that came out of our table discussion. I think Jeff put it up there and I added to it, which was as we move towards remote work or working from home or telecommuting, how do you manage a remote workforce and how does the remote workforce stay connected?
This idea, I'm Richard, this idea came from our table also. How does one deal with a high-touch millennial workforce that demands a constant attention, especially while we're all so tasked ourselves and busy ourselves? The parenting concept.
I'm Aline Davis, and I believe that we all have the same brain when we're born, and that traditionalists and millennialists and Gen X, we've all learned to think about work the way that we think about it because we were raised in the generation and we were taught to think about work that way. If millennials are all about the quality of life, both not just on the weekend but also at work, and they're purpose-driven and they're passionate and they want to love everything about their life, not just the weekend, my question is, can we and should we work to inspire other generations to think and work the way millennials do?
I'm Jim Ware. This again came out of the table conversation. It's not just me, but it's something I think is very important. What skills and competencies will be essential for future workplace CRE leaders, and how can we develop them? A little different than what we've heard.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Woodard, and I would like to know, how does environmental surroundings impact the users, both their client experiences and employees' productivity?
Jamie Russo, and I would like to, or members of our group as well, would like to know, what is the future of corporate use of shared workspaces and the related time horizon?
My name is Ingrid. This morning we heard that technology is evolving so fast we can't even necessarily predict where it'll be in 6 months, and yet building a workspace may take months and perhaps even years. So how do we navigate the varied speeds of change in technology, the built environment, and company culture?
Hi everyone, I'm Dan O'Halloran. My slant, our question is more of a CFO slant, and it's how do you test the efficiency of your space and how do you manage the needed change?
Hi, I'm Carl Heitman, and I wanted to ask the group, how will virtual reality, augmented reality, and the actual workplace blend to define the future workplace experience?
My name's Jeff. I'm a broker. How do you effectively manage a distributed workplace?
I'm Lowell Schneider, and our group came up with this one. Human factors in data collection and interpretation. You know, we're all surrounded by a flood of data, and there's all sorts of, do's and don'ts about the data, and sometimes finding value in the data, especially over time, is difficult. So talking about the processes therein, including knowing the source of the data and knowing the biases within that data, having the skills, the data science skills to pull it apart, trying to avoid cherry picking results that prove your point. Why not?
Isn't that what you're supposed to do with data?
And then finally, finding consistent value in the data, not just one-time value, right?
Hi, my name's Kirk. I've got two questions. What does the future workplace look like with transient workers and flexible workspace? Is there a percentage of flex versus non-flex space? How can we keep teams effective and innovative if everybody's dispersed? And the other one is, how do you manage a workforce that requires high touch that also wants to work in flexible workspace or remotely?
Hi, my name is Bill Maliff, and something that came out of our group was the question about creating the environment for the employee. And they are eventually, today, it appears that regardless of the environment, they are going to leave. They're not going to stay, right? We try to create environments where we think they'll stay 20, 25 years, but regardless of that, they're going to leave. So I'm curious as what is a good measurement or barometer on retention of an employee?
Yeah, yeah. Tom's back with another one. Untethering the workplace of the future. How can we today and tomorrow create the flexible spaces and the different kinds of spaces our people need to further their work, and what that would cost, utilization, and a measurement of success. So.
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I came up with this: how to incorporate change management into the workplace process. That's something that we're struggling with right now. So.
Wow, it looks like I'm the last one. I'm Vicki. How do organizations drive innovation and collaboration when their workforce is remote and/or utilizing free address?
And I'm Carrie. My question's more on the data side again. How do we collectively entice startups or somebody to create better tools for gathering and measuring our data? Great. We struggle with that.
So I'm Phil, and some of the things I have is about engaging the worker. And since we all work on budgets, if you had to choose between some of these things around space, do you look at lighting? Do you look at temperature? Do you look at recreation facilities in the facility? Do you look at food that you provide to the coworkers?
I'm still Dave, and my question is how do real estate organizations, as opposed to FM organizations, best respond to this proliferation of workplace options? They've got to provide the supply for companies. So, how do they deal with all this?
Come on. Oh.
I'm dying to post one, but I was told that I can't. But I'm going to anyway. So as experience becomes more of the key measurement of what we're trying to do within the work that we're creating within organizations, how will the role of the FM change to really create experience?
Okay. Okay. Another one? Come on, Stan.
I'll write it up in a minute. So I think our question at our table, and I'm Stan, was just how is the role of technology in 10 to 15 years going to shape what we design today? And is there any way to future-proof, since buildings that we're building today, we don't know what the technology is going to be like?
Hi, I'm Melissa Marsh. I'm just going to do one more, which is, where is the best place within an organization for real estate or facilities to be located structurally in order to accomplish the best occupant, user, employee experience? So is HR reporting to IT? Is IT reporting to HR? Is real estate reporting to the chief community officer? How is that structure best going to serve our people in our organizations?
I like it.
How about a chief real experience officer? Thanks.
I like it. Actually, it's interesting. That was one of the things I said when we had all these phone calls and we were making notes and trying to work out what to do. And that one of the reasons was to bring IT, HR, facilities, whatever, all these people together and say, who's going to take the lead? We're in a mess. It's all changing. There's all this disruption. What are we going to do? Well, somebody's got to step up. It's that simple. So that's a brilliant one. Thank you. Wow. Right? You see how easy it is to come, right? Isn't this great? Well done, everybody. We're not done. We're not done quite yet. The this first part, and I know we had lots of talking at the tables and we came up with some great ideas. We're going to record all of this as well, and the Post-it notes. What I really wanted to make sure, though, and I really say thank you, is this idea of taking ownership. Except for the 2 or 3 people who didn't put their name on the Post-it note. So whoever that was, just can discreetly go up there and add their name to it. That would be really helpful. But there's a couple. No, don't worry. The other thing you might have thought, and actually I saw a couple of people kind of come together in a little huddle, it's like, that's my idea. No, that's my idea. I proposed that. I wanted to propose that. If you felt that someone else proposed a very similar idea, or yours was just a little bit of a nuance, or you want to work together with them, would that be a great thing to do? Right? So let's take a few minutes. I propose, because again, we're sitting, so we'll go on a stroll, right? Let's just walk past and look at them. And if your idea and someone else's idea is kind of similar, just kind of shout out, get that person's, hey, should we work together on this? Can we do that? And just put the 2 Post-it notes next to each other on the wall, okay? We'll take a few minutes to do that, and then we'll end up, there's 3, 8, 9, wow, there's about 40-odd ideas up there, right? Which is fantastic. We're not going to get to all of them, but if there's a couple that are similar, just put them together, put them to maybe to one side, put them together, and we'll do that. Because after we've had a look at them, time is going well. The Nike store is calling. I can hear it, right? Just check my socks. Oh, no, they're all right. We're going to do the voting as well, right? So I really want you to be familiar with what's up there. You heard the people propose, right? But let's just take a few minutes. Maybe, Kate, can you put our nice music back on?
I can sing.
Oh, okay, let's do it. Let's put the music back on just for 5 minutes. And if you want to look at the ideas, if you think there's something you can move a few chairs out of the way. Let's just have a look at the wall and get familiar with what's up there. And I will go out and get the stickies ready for us to vote with. Thank you. Great. Okay, so Galen's just going to quieten the music. It's nice music. Okay, we have one more job. Actually, we're going to do this because it's really important to the democracy. Everybody's here. Everybody has a voice. We really want to know what people are feeling and which topics are important to you. I'm not going to guarantee, exactly where the voting cutoff is going to be. We'll do a little bit of arrangement. But thank you for those people who've kind of grouped some of the ideas together. I think if I count it, there's 17 separate things. We're aiming for 12, right? So even just to make sure we all understand the exercise, we're going to do the voting. So again, at great expense, I went to Office Depot, where you can buy smiley faces. And I like doing this because everybody's looking at me, right? This is what you do. Galen and Mark over here, they're going to give you a strip of six little dots. What I'd like you to do is go up to the ideas that you like and vote. Please don't put them on top of each other, because then I can't count them. You can put 1 dot on each. You can put all 6 dots on the same one. It's completely up to you. If you give me $5, I'll give you another 6 smile. No, I won't. I know where your minds are going. So we'll give you one of these. Obviously, we can't all rush up there at once. So again, we'll put the music on. We'll have a very just gentle stroll, look at the ideas, and we'll do the voting.